The trophy did not fit in the suitcase because it was too big. What was too big? The trophy. Obvious. Now watch this. The trophy did not fit in the suitcase because it was too small. What was too small? The suitcase. The pronoun is identical. Every other word except one is identical. The pronoun points at a different thing, and no rule of grammar can explain why. This is Anaphora, pronoun resolution. And this specific example is the Winograd Schema. Hector Levesque proposed it in 2011 as a replacement for the Turing test, because it seemed like a machine could not possibly solve it without understanding the world. Welcome to video 8 of lecture 3. Last video we opened discourse. How sentences hook onto each other. Cause, contrast, elaboration. Today we look at the tiniest, most annoying kind of discourse link there is, the pronoun. One word standing in for a noun that appeared earlier. And the whole meaning of your paragraph depends on your brain resolving it correctly. Here is the puzzle for today. Pronouns look easy. They are 3 letters: he, she, it, they. But behind each one is a decision. Which noun in the surrounding text does this word point at? That decision is called Coreference. And getting it right requires knowing how the world works, which is why it broke NLP for decades. Today's 3 beats. First, the Winograd Schema, what Levesque proposed and why it mattered. Second, why Anaphora needs world knowledge. The pronoun does not carry it. Third, how GPT-4 mostly solved it, and where Anaphora still gets modern models. Beat 1. The Winograd Schema. Hector Levesque, University of Toronto, 2011. He was frustrated with the Turing test. Any decent chatbot could fool a bored judge for 5 minutes. He wanted a test where you could not cheat by being charming, so he built one. 2 sentences that differ by 1 word. The pronoun resolution flips. If you get both right, you understand the world. If you fail one, you do not. The name comes from Terry Winograd, Stanford, 1972. He built a program called SHRDLU that could resolve pronouns inside a block's world microcosm. It was celebrated as a landmark of AI, and it never scaled beyond the block's world, because pronouns in the real world depend on things SHRDLU could not represent. Levesque and his collaborators built a dataset of 273 schemas, each one an ambiguous pronoun, each one solvable by a human, each one requiring world knowledge to resolve. A classical NLP system with no world model scored around 50% on the dataset, random guessing. The problem was hard. Beat 2. Why Anaphora needs world knowledge. Look at the trophy sentence again. To decide what it points at when the sentence ends with too big, you need to know that trophies are objects, suitcases are containers, and a big object does not fit in a small container. None of that is I in the sentence. All of it is in your head. Every Winograd schema does the same thing, encodes a real-world fact, buries it inside a pronoun, then flips one word to check whether the machine actually followed the physics. The man could not lift his son because he was too weak. The father. The man could not lift his son because he was too heavy. The son. Weakness makes lifters fail. Heaviness makes liftees unliftable. That is basic physics of human bodies. A machine that does not know it cannot decide. This is why the WSC was called a Turing test for common sense. Because there is no shortcut. You cannot game it with keyword tricks. You cannot pattern match your way through it. You either know how trophies and suitcases relate, or you do not, which is why Levesque thought it might be the actual test of machine intelligence. Beat 3. And then GPT-3 arrived, and GPT-4 mostly solved it. As of 2023, GPT-4 scores in the low 90s on the Winograd Schema Challenge, which was supposed to be impossible without a full world model. And this is where the field had to have an uncomfortable conversation. Either GPT-4 has a world model, or the WSC was not the test we thought it was. The most honest answer is somewhere in between. GPT-4 absorbed enough text about trophies and suitcases and fathers and sons that the statistical shape of the world seeped into its weights. It does not have a physics engine inside. It has a lot of physics-adjacent sentences it has read. And most of the time, that is enough, which is a weird and interesting fact about intelligence. Where does Anaphora still fail? long documents where the referent is 50 sentences back, rare or novel objects the model has not seen much text about, and most annoyingly, the classic literary trick where the author deliberately leaves the pronoun ambiguous. Modern models pick the wrong one confidently, because they do not know they are supposed to be uncertain. 3 takeaways before the quiz. 1. The Winograd Schema Challenge. Levesque 2011. 2 sentences differing by 1 word. Pronoun resolution flips. A Turing test for common sense. 2. Anaphora needs world knowledge. The pronoun does not carry meaning. Physics, containers, bodies, the referent depends on facts outside the text. 3. GPT-4 mostly solved it. Through statistics, not physics. But long reference, rare objects, and literary ambiguity still fail. Confidently. Quiz 1. What is a Winograd schema? A. A grammar rule. B. A sentence pair that differs by 1 word. Pronoun resolution flips. C. A programming language. Or D. A part of speech tagger. B. 1 word flips the pronoun. Trophy too big. Trophy wins. Trophy too small. Suitcase wins. Same it. Different referent. That's the schema shape Levesque used to test whether a machine actually understands the world instead of pattern-matching keywords. Quiz 2. Why did Levesque propose the WSC as a replacement for the Turing test? A. The Turing test is too old. B. The WSC can't be gamed by charm. Resolving pronouns requires actual world knowledge. C. Turing didn't publish enough. Or D. The WSC is shorter. B. Ungameable. Any decent chatbot can fool a bored judge for 5 minutes with charming small talk. But the trophy suitcase pair requires you to know how objects and containers actually relate. No shortcut. Either you know the physics or you fail 1/2 of the pair. Quiz 3. How did modern LLMs solve the WSC? A built-in physics engine. B. They absorbed enough physics-adjacent text that world statistics leaked into their weights. C. They memorized the 273 schemas. Or D. They refused. B. Statistics of the world. GPT-4 does not have a physics engine. It has read a lot of text about trophies and suitcases and fathers lifting sons. Enough that the shape of the world's physics seeped into its weights, which was a surprise. And an uncomfortable one for the field. Back to the puzzle. Discourse and anaphora are both about the reader doing more work than the text seems to require. Everything so far, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, discourse, has been about written language, text on a page. But most human language is not text. It is 2 people talking, and 2 people talking looks nothing like text. Next video. Next time, why dialogue is a completely different animal from text, turn-taking, interruptions, back channels, and why chatbots still feel a little off no matter how good the model gets. Hit subscribe.